All right, good evening and welcome again to Evergroove Live. I'm John Robinson, and we're up here in beautiful Evergreen, Colorado. And I got to tell you, if you want to be inspired, all you got to do is pull into the studio here and get out of the car. Take a look around. You got the mountains, the snow, you got the trees. We saw deer. The other day I saw a giraffe. And these guys say they didn't see the giraffe, but I pulled them out just in time, and he was just walking around to the other side of the elephant, and so they didn't get a chance to see him. But I'm just telling you, if you want to come up here, if you can get from your car to the door before the monkeys attack, then you're going to be doing really well tonight. Our guest tonight is a fantastic guitarist, great singer and songwriter as well, and he's from Australia. Daniel Champagne is with us tonight. Now, Daniel, probably, just let me let you know, we don't really have giraffes out in the wild here. We do have elephants, though, but... Okay, so before we go any further, I want to thank our sponsor for this month and every month. Our sponsor is IdeaWorks. IdeaWorks is a full-service media duplication and packaging company. CDs, download cards, and merchandise. IdeaWorks.com. Carrie Ray, you need to write a jingle. If you've got the idea, we'll make it work. IdeaWorks.com. Okay, that was so off-key. All right, so this is the part where I usually try to say something funny, but I'm not going to do that because I've got to respond to my buddy Timmy. My buddy Timmy sent an email to another friend of mine who then forwarded it to me laughing, and here is the email. Dude, good start, Timmy. Dude, you have to check out Evergroove Live. They have awesome performers, and once in a while, John even says something funny. Once in a while. Thanks, Timmy. I've got something to say to you. About the time that first pube made an appearance, you should have ratcheted that name back to Tim, okay? 42-year-old guy, he calls himself Timmy. All right. Let's go back to Daniel Champagne. He's getting excited and ready to play. So I can tell you a little bit about him. The story goes that he picked up a guitar first when he was about 5 years old, started writing songs when he was 12 years old, started touring when he was 18 years old, tours all over the world, and I had read that he was a guitar virtuoso, and I hadn't really checked him out much yet, and I was going to say, they say he's a guitar virtuoso. Then I saw a bunch of video of him. He's a guitar virtuoso, so that's that. He has toured with or shared the stage with the likes of Lucinda Williams, Judy Collins, INXS, Annie DeFranco, and many more. Believe me, the list goes on. And I saw a bunch of quotes from music writers, just very flattering quotes about him. But I just picked out one for tonight because it's just apropos. And that quote is, "The superb talent of Daniel Champagne can't be explained by mere words. It has to be seen to be believed." So folks, get ready to believe it, because here is Daniel Champagne.
I'm still trying to hold the heart of this dream. It don't glitter like gold or play out on a screen where the story ends. But we can just play it all over again. And I keep thinking back to when you'd ask me why you won't stray from this track I've been tracing all my time, and I couldn't say. Just felt like the only way. And the longer I go, the more I believe it, the stronger I grow. The more that I need it, and the more that I know, the more that I wonder why. And that's why I still chase the sky. I let you grow up, and I left to find my way through fear, doubt and dust. In the hands of this highway, I still feel like a child, staring at his first midnight sky. Back when our dreams were for keeps, every last one of those stars were in reach, and I told you I'd go bring him down someday. I guess those thoughts never changed, and the longer I go, the more I believe it, the stronger I grow. The more that I need it, and the more that I know, the more that I wonder why. And that's why I still chase the sky. And I know that it's so hard to leave this and go out alone, just to learn that we need it. Though I'd rather let go than to grow old wondering why. And that's why I still chase the sky. So you keep wondering why, and I'll keep chasing the sky. You keep wondering why, and I'll keep chasing the sky. Alright, thank you, and good evening to everybody, or good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Thanks for tuning in. My name's Daniel Champagne. It's a pleasure being here in Colorado, and it's a pleasure driving up here to Evergreen this afternoon. I'm going to be playing a bunch of songs, some of them older ones and a few newer ones for you. This one here is a brand new song. It's so new that I don't have a name for it yet, so if you think of anything, then write to us with that. "19 years old, stars in my eyes, dreams of gold in a couple years to realize life can run fast sometimes. Head to the skies, hands on the highway. I understood why you could never come my way. You were always on my mind, and I don't want to let you down. I just want to let you know that I'm not always gonna be around. you'll always be home to me. And I don't wanna hold out now, we've come too far just to go back. I'm not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. Flying over oceans, flying through these small towns, kind of hoping to find someone you could settle down. But love can run fast sometimes, and I know what I've done, I know I just keep running. I know where I'm from and I know what I'm becoming. Just know that you're on my mind. Oh, and I don't wanna let you down, I just wanna let you know that I'm not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. No, I don't wanna hold out now, we come too far just to go back. I'm not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. I don't wanna let you down, I just wanna let you know that I'm not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. And I don't wanna hold out now, come too far just to go back. I'm not always gonna be around, but you'll always be home to me. You'll always be home to me. Alright, so now I'd like to do from that new song, one of the older songs. This is probably the oldest song I ever wrote that I'm still comfortable playing and not embarrassed about. It's a piece I wrote at the end of high school. I'm back on the south coast of New South Wales in Australia. It's called The Nightingale. And it's still one of my favourites to do. The nightingale sings each morning her sweet song weird in midnight's thread. Neath her veil, a kingdom calling. If I could leave this grassy bed, when I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly at all. Deep in trial, bound in burning, her restless charms broken through. But between cheap denial and reckless yearning to run from harm was all I knew. And so when I told you I was afraid to fall, I was afraid to fly. When I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. fly, and we fall from the summer's golden rays to the murky ocean floor. Sometimes there's a cause we're calling for, mostly it seems we're chasing dreams to the shore. The nightingale flies tonight, and I know the spell she's weaving. It's not like I can't stand the fight, I just can't stand the leaving. So when I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly. When I told you I was afraid to fall, really I was afraid to fly.
Daniel Champagne, ladies and gentlemen. What did I tell you? All right. We're going to get to all this. We're going to get to all the questions you guitar players have in a few minutes here, but I've got a million of my own. But I want to just start it out by thanking you again for being here. And just seeing, let's start right out by seeing what you've got to come up, what you've got coming up. I'm sure people are wondering where you're going to be next.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually got a new album coming out that I did back in Australia in December.
Good.
So that's coming out on March 4th, and so after this, I've got a few gigs left in Colorado. Then I go back to LA and fly to Sydney, and start 5 weeks Australia, New Zealand, 3 weeks in the UK, 2 weeks in Ireland, and then back to America for 5 weeks, and then to Canada.
Wow.
So yeah, that runs through till July.
A lot of
playing.
Little bit of travel.
Little bit.
How long does it take? How long of a flight is that to Australia?
15 from LA, 18 from Vancouver. I do it a lot.
Oh,
I've actually done the Vancouver one twice in 2 days.
Oh, good Lord.
3 times in 2 days. Yeah.
Wow.
Border
Wow.
issues.
Well, let's kind of start at the beginning. Where did you grow up in Australia? I know in Australia, but where in Australia and
Yeah,
all
I was
that?
so I was born in Melbourne, which is at the south. So most people live on the east coast in Australia.
Okay.
And I was born in Melbourne, which is at the bottom of the east coast. And that's kind of the like the cultural center, the arts hub, particularly, it's the center for the arts, really.
Right,
and,
right.
I was born there. My parents kind of moved the family. I was 4 years old. We moved up to the south coast of New South Wales, so it's about halfway between Sydney and Melbourne. And I grew up in a really small town up there.
Okay. And really did start playing at a young age. Did your dad played or?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
my
you
dad
kind of picked that up and.
Yeah, I mean, the first memory I have of anything is watching my dad's band rehearse in the backyard in Melbourne.
All right.
And it was a strong memory of his band and the pizza I was eating. It's like, that's my first memory, yeah.
Are you way better than your dad ever was? You are. I'll say it.
We'll leave that for someone else to say.
Yeah. So why, let me ask you, why do you even leave Australia to play? I mean, how does that come about? Most people, most musicians, gosh, I don't know, 90% or more never leave the country they were born in to perform. So why are you all over the world? Is it your booking agent or just desire to travel or?
Yeah, I guess it's two things. I guess it's the opportunity. So I did get the opportunity. People asked me to come and
Right.
do it, and also the desire to want to do it. Australia is like the population is very small, so there's only 5 or 6 big cities, and it doesn't take much to start to feel like you're just going in circles when you've been touring there for a while.
Okay.
And also, I think that the style of music that I play is still kind of it's still kind of a little bit niche. And in Australia, the population is only 20 million people, so a niche musical style there is quite a small audience. Whereas in
Right.
America, even if it's still 2% of the population, it's such a big population where there's enough people in this country that are into the style of music that I play that I feel I can really build something sustainable over here and
Right,
keep
right.
touring in Australia, of course, because I love it.
And speaking of the style of guitar you play, did you first learn just to play the quote unquote normal type of guitar where this is an E chord, this is an A chord, and I'm just playing around and then branch out from there? Is
Yeah,
that how that kind of happened?
yeah. It was basically, my dad was sort of into, Paul Kelly, who's kind of like the Bob Dylan of Australia, and then Bob Dylan and Beatles and those sort of songs. I just started off strumming guitar, and then learning a little bit of lead. And I was fortunate enough to have this one really great teacher in my hometown on the south coast, and he kind of tipped me into starting to play classical guitar. So for quite a long time, I was a classical guitar player, and on the side, I was also playing electric, and I was playing a little bit of blues, a little bit of jazz. And then one day, I sort of woke up, and I'd been playing classical guitar for quite a long time, and I'd kind of invested a lot in it, and I just kind of woke up and realized I really didn't want to do it because it really wasn't my music, and there was sort of nothing that I could do that somebody else hadn't already done. I could still be playing for 50
Right,
years and be
right.
not as good as someone was 50 years ago. So I just decided to switch and focus on the steel string, but sort of take with me the kind of depth of study that had gone into the classical instrument, because what they've been able to take out of that instrument is incredible.
It's really remarkable what you do, all the different sounds you make and the different way that you play guitar. The first time I heard Nightingale, I wanted to say this to you, and now I have the opportunity to, and that is these tuning pegs here, they're for tuning your guitar, not for making music with. But
Well,
I
it's
saw
all, it's
that,
all
like,
music, fortunately.
and when you did that, everybody in the studio was like, "What? What? What is going on?" I wanted to show you something also, just to see if you'd ever seen it before. This is a standard guitar pick right here in my hand. It's triangular, and a lot of guitar players use them. Very popular in the business. I didn't know if you'd ever actually seen one of these, but I want
have
to give it
seen
to you.
this.
It's got my name on it, so I want you to have it.
Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball is my name, John Ernie Ball Robinson, and
Right on.
so that's just in case you ever think about expanding.
I have,
You can use that pick, and what you do is you strum from the bottom to the. Well, you'll figure it out.
Right.
You'll figure it out, I'm sure. So the harmonics, when you do those kind of, I guess that was the first time I've seen you do it, but it's like a reverse harmonic. Is that doing a different? Is that making a different sound? I play guitar and I don't even know the answer to that. When you're strumming here.
It's the same note. It's a different texture. It's the same note. It's a different sound. I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like strumming behind it.
So it looks so cool. I'm gonna go home and try it.
Excellent. It's easy. It's just as easy as doing it.
Yeah, it just looks really cool. So, your video "Holding the Moon," I love that video. I wanted to ask you if you started out with the idea that everything in the video, if you haven't seen it, it's back. Daniel gets in a car and he starts going backwards, and the whole video is backwards in the car, picking people up, letting them off. It's really a cool video, and it's a great song too. But did you have that idea to do it backwards from the start, or were you doing it differently and decided, let's mix it up? Or
No, I think so I've got these two really good friends who live in Melbourne who are husband and wife producer team, and I actually didn't have anything to do with that video. I just
really?
kinda, other than being in it. Basically, I'm able to just take my songs to them, and they've got these great ideas, and they've got this vision where they just kind of know what it's going to look like. And I spend a lot of days on set just being like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. But it ends up like being great.
Oh, it's nice
I'm
to be able to.
very thankful to have friends like that.
Yeah, very nice to be able to lay it in their hands. And it's a beautiful video. It really is. If you haven't seen it, you got to, just Google it and there you go.
I got very good at backwards driving in that
Yeah.
3 days of it.
I bet you did. Okay, so I wanted to also, I guess I don't have to start out every question by saying I wanted to ask. The first song you ever wrote, like you were writing your music at age 12, do you remember literally the first whole song that you wrote?
I probably try and block it out. It's probably too embarrassing.
Oh, really?
to remember.
It was about playing frisbee or something like that?
No, I can remember the first one, but I'm not going to say it here.
Oh, okay.
But the answer is yes, I can remember.
But you're not still playing that song?
No, definitely.
And
no,
Nightingale, clear back from high school, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how far back that is, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
High school.
As I said, that's the like earlier song that I'm still kind of proud of.
You know what I was doing in high school? Quitting high school.
Right.
But why don't you tell us? I saw on your website you've got a number of different albums out, and tell us a little about those what you've got that's new, where we can buy that, and the older ones too. How many do you have?
So I've got 3 full-length albums.
Okay.
One of them was Pint of Mystery, which I think was 2011, and then there was this series of Gypsy Moon Volume 1 and Volume 2, which was kind of a double album put out a year apart. And before that, I did a few EPs that are no longer kind of in the picture. But I've just done, in December, I did a brand new album. It's called The Heartland Hurricanes. And it's out on March 4.
Oh,
so
okay.
Close. Yeah, so that's I go back to Australia, and that's when it all starts.
Yeah. That's not even on your website yet, I don't think.
No, it's all kind of no. I don't think it's like you can't order it or anything yet.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think it's just kind of happening, and it was cool because that album is just me in a studio playing guitar and singing,
All right.
which I wanted to do for a long time because it's what I do every night on stage. And that's what I've done for years. And it was a bunch of songs that I'd been playing. I probably played 1,000 times. And so I felt really comfortable going into a studio with them, with a good friend of mine, and just kind of spending a few nights playing them. And
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, listen, to satisfy the curiosity of the people watching at home, I want to assure them that you have just 2 arms. You've got 5 fingers on each hand, and that's it. There aren't any tricks. We're all standing in the studio there recording it with our phones, and so it's that much fun for us. So why don't we just get back to it and show us some more stuff?
Absolutely.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Champagne.
Wow, thank you so much. I want to tune this guitar because it sounds a lot better when it's in tune, and play another new song. This is called Heartshaped Tattoo. Well, I'm stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo that your mom always said you never thought through. But we all make mistakes when we're 22, and you know how she hates everything that we do. You still do it to spite her, but honey, I can't choose. I'm just stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. And you flash through my mind like these old plywood signs that litter the edge of the freeways I ride. Thought of so many jokes that I'm just dying to tell,
Why can't you be lying in that next cheap hotel to recount all our stories and trade every crime as it's flashed through my mind like these old plywood signs? There's stars in the movies, there's stars in the skies, there's stars on the boulevard and there's stars in her eyes. But it's the scars that get me when she lays at my side and says, no, you don't love me, but neither do I. So I'm colored in blue, like that heart-shaped tattoo that gets covered in denim when the winter blows through. And I can't kick a demon that looks like she does. No, I can't dodge a bullet that feels like her love. Pushed 100 doors open, but I just can't walk through. Girl, I'm stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. There's stars in the movies, there's stars in the skies, there's stars on the boulevard and there's stars in her eyes. It's the scars that get me when she lays at my side and says, no, you don't love me, but neither do I. Marks how far I've traveled from you. Oh, and every new face just reminds me what yours can do. But darling, after all we've been through, I can't just put this cold down and start anew. Girl, I'm stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo that your mom always said that you never thought through. There's stars in the movies, there's stars in the skies, there's stars on the boulevard and there's stars in her eyes. It's so hard to reach them no matter what we do. And I just hope someday you'll see they shine inside you. If you're wondering what I'm up to, babe, well, there ain't nothing new. I'm still stuck on you, like that heart-shaped tattoo. To play something completely different now. This is a song that was written by Mark Knopfler. It was on the second Dire Straits album. I think I just found it lying around the house as a teenager. And I've always been a big fan of blues music, and I just started playing this song in some way, shape, or form, and I've just been doing it in different ways ever since. It's called Fade to Black. Wonder where you are tonight. You're probably on a rampage somewhere. You have been known to take your flight, getting somebody's hair. You always had the knack to fade to black. I bet you already made a pass. I see a dark moon somewhere. You run your finger around the tip of his glass and brush it all down and through his hair and scrape across his back. Maybe it's all for the best, but I wish I'd never been last year. Maybe some kind of test, but I wish I'd never been tattered. I've been held back to fade. Wonder where you are tonight. You're probably on a rampage somewhere. You have been known to take your flight, getting to somebody's hair. You always had the knack to fade to black. You always had the knack to fade. It's always a good warm-up song. A relatively new song that hasn't been recorded or put on anything yet, called Highway Hearts. Very short piece. she's given up faith in the heavens above. Cut her heart right open, but she never found love. Got so lost in the moment that it killed her past. And she blames it on a highway high. She gambled every coin from the wishing well. Just tried to shoot a couple stars, but the whole sky fell. And thought that if she drank the ocean, she could bury the dark. But she can't tame a highway heart. No, she can't tame a highway heart. So I said, go wherever you need to, babe. Go wherever this road leads you. So she went and bought a ticket for Saturday night. Drove down to the station and waved goodbye. Yeah, part of me cries, part of me laughs. 'Cause you know you can't change a highway heart. You know you can't change a highway heart. No, you can't change a highway heart. I'd like to do a couple more songs. This one was inspired by the guitar part, at least. One of my favourite guitar player in the world, a guy called Michael Hedges. And it's a song I recorded when I was 19 and haven't really done anything with it since. It's called Child in Yourself. Found ourselves here in this frontier, talking tracks of the past, reflecting on the choices we made. Back to ribbons and bows, call them make-believe names in awe of the future. But of course, that would change. There were so many ways we can move through that circle, up to chase what we wanted to. But your heart, your pain, know it's fear you fear the most. I hate to see the way you keep on thinking you're gonna be another castaway, tied with your name to a spot on the shelf. Please just check up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. All that you are isn't all you can be. that's not to say it should change. Your hindsight today sees the butterflies thinking you've traveled road. Keeps your demons at bay and you're still trying to find your way through that circle still. Trying to find what you want to do. You're still harbor your pain, and I know it's fear you fear the most. I hate to see the way you keep on thinking you're gonna be another castaway tonight with your name to a spot on the shelf. Please just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Finally found your way through that circle. Finally found what you wanted to. You don't harbor pain, and it's no longer fear. You fear it all. For all that it's worth, know that I never felt you were gonna be another castaway type with your name to a spot on the shelf. Please just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself. Just take up the hand that offers you help, and you won't lose that child in yourself.
Daniel Champagne, ladies and gentlemen. That is incredible stuff right there.
Thank you.
You know, the word I keep hearing over behind the glass is ridiculous. It's like everybody's, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Harrison said, I got to go home and start practicing. I'm just the opposite. I am never touching my guitar again. It's just incredible. I'm at a loss for words on that. It's beautiful too.
Thank you very
really
much.
Well done. I mean, I've heard a lot of great guitar players, but you don't always love their music, and I just really love what you're doing. Everybody behind the glass is just loving what you're doing. So thank you.
Thanks to everybody behind the glass.
Hey, I want to thank our sponsor again, Carrie Ray and the gang at IdeaWorks, for doing what they do. Put a .com behind that and check them out. Brad and Jenny Smalling, they are Evergroove Studio. When you're getting ready to be serious about what your music sounds like, Evergroove Studio, check them out. You'll see giraffes too, maybe. And next month, I want to mention that Thursday, March 24th, we've got Miguel Dakota and the Difference Miguel Dakota and the Difference. I believe they were on, I believe he was on America's Got Talent. So that should be a good show too. And before we go, I think Daniel's going to do one more for us. Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Daniel Champagne.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been nice to be here and to play some music. Great studio, by the way. I'm going to finish off with a song that was written by a really good friend of mine from Brisbane called Michael David. And the song's called What Should I Tell the Newborn Child? My name's Daniel Champagne. Thanks very much once again. Have a good night or morning or evening, wherever you are. Replicate our arms, replicate our minds, simplify the senses and simplify the times. Look at our love, look at the skies. What should I tell the newborn child? Silver sword, it dangles from a stone, safe in the skies. And the sinners look like a raven. To see how fast they fly, to hear them sing themselves a wicked lullaby. What should I tell the newborn child? We got ships that carry daggers, we got ships that carry death. And I wrote 10,000 eulogies in one long haunting breath. Well, I wrote them for the fathers who won't return tonight. But what should I tell my child? Good girl, you remember beggars on the streets that you once slept. You remember fortunes told where burning tears were wet, the tears that drown the ocean, the fears and thoughts that bind. What should I tell the newborn child? What should I tell the newborn Now I'm standing on this platform and I've got nowhere left to crawl. I'm stranded on this blank ship at the brink of next world wars, looking at my crew, lined with names not forged but signed. What should I tell the newborn child? Because I stood weak in face of fear, I hid low and far. When the chimes of freedom cried for peace, why did I disregard?
And how do I tell my only son that I did not even try? What should I tell the newborn child? Replicate our armies and replicate our minds, and simplify the senses and simplify the times. Look at our love, look at the skies. What should I tell the newborn child? What should I tell the newborn